Hi Gemini, how are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. This is going to be your love messages as a general reading, so the roles might get reversed, or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for personal reading with me, okay? So in this reading, Gemini, it's going to be a you versus them format. I'm going to be pulling card about who is it that we're going to be talking about today and what their current energy is like, your challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I am also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session, okay? Okie dokie. In the present moment, your current energy, you have the Death card, you have the Eight of Wands, and you also have the Knight of Swords in upright position. I feel that you've went through a lot here, Gemini. Something that you thought you were not capable of doing, you did that, and I feel that because you did that, it kind of like shed your own skin to a point where you're starting to realize, well, okay, now that I've let go of that one thing, once that I've transformed, it gives me a bit of a whip. It gives me like a little bit of an excitement or motivation for me to go after the very things that I feel that I missed out on. Okay, I feel that there has been a lot of things that you've been abandoning. There's been a lot of things that you were sacrificing. And now it's starting to come back. It's starting to like, okay, I missed out on that. I've sacrificed that. I've abandoned that. Now I'm going to go after the very thing that I sacrificed. Now, what are your challenges? Four of Pentacles and also the Two of Pentacles in upright position. I feel that one of your biggest challenges here has a lot to do with deciding what to do in regards to this connection. Because in terms of life, again, you're good. Okay, you know where you want to go. You know what are the things that you've been abandoning and you're sacrificing and you're going after that. But in terms of this connection, I feel that there's a decision here that you've been delaying in making that one final decision. And a lot of that has a lot to do with you needing to think about your own security and your stability. If you decide, let's say, for instance, to put an end to the situation, will it then jeopardizes your sense of security or stability? However, if you decided to stay, is it safe for you? So there is like a lot of back and forth in the decision-making processes that you guys are trying to make here. Now, let's talk about the past here, Gemini. You have the Temperance and you also have this Eight of Swords in upright position. You were being put in a total mental imprisonment in the past. But you push through because you know that, eventually things are going to be okay. Eventually things are going to be okay, even though I don't see things are okay in the past. From this person's side, they actually care more than they're showing. They were actually hurting more than they were showing. This facade of them being playful, this facade of them of actually finding this newfound freedom, whatever that may be, is just a facade, because in the reality, what they're feeling was the Five of Pentacles. They feel neglected, they feel abandoned, they felt hurt. Actually, I believe that this person had the key to make it work, but they didn't use that. You see the key here? They didn't use the key. They supposed to be, or they know what they're supposed to be doing, but they chose not to do it. Now in the present moment, you have the Moon and you also have the Nine of Swords in upright position. Things are just mysterious. I know, because like life doesn't come with like a guidance book or like an instruction book, right? It doesn't come with that. So of course, when it comes to making a decision, we gotta be really, really careful. I'm going to clarify this one, okay? Now from this person's side, the Two of Wands and also the Nine of Wands, they're starting to feel a bit lonely. They're starting to feel that the things that they were doing is no longer giving them a sense of purpose. They're starting to look at you again. However, there's also a fear in here. Fear of reconciliation or fear of the second chance. should I do it with Gemini? We're going to clarify what makes them fearful. In the future, however, I do feel that you are going to be receiving an offer of expansion, an offer that is actually going to be making you feel very, very good about yourself, because finally you're actually going to be getting your wish fulfillment, which is the Ten of Pentacles. So let's start clarifying your card here, Gemini. I want to clarify that Two of Wands from their side first. So one of the things that delays them, one of the things that makes them a bit hasty when it comes to doing anything in regards to this connection is, yeah, I do care for Gemini. I do love them. I do miss, our fun time together with Gemini. But if I do that, if I actually turns out, doing something towards Gemini, where my face is going to be, it means that I'm going to be losing my value in front of Gemini. I feel that this person is looking for instant gratification or instant fix, but not really on how to change things within this connection so that it could get better. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that they miss you. They want to have a good time with you again. They kind of like wants to rekindle the flame again. However, putting in anything that is of value or anything that is tangible is not something that they're keen on doing at this present moment. So they want you, yeah, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to stay there forever. Or it doesn't necessarily mean that, the changes that you're expecting out of this dynamic or out of this person is going to happen. Because what they want at this present moment is that instant gratification, okay? Now, from your side with the moon clarified by the Ten of Swords, Page of Swords, and also the Fool card in upright position, things have been very hurtful for you. It has been very, very painful, and you truly want to take a giant leap of faith over something that is new. Now, one of the reasons why this thing still drags you, Gemini, is because of your mind. Something here about the way that you think. Okay, it's either you're still trying to figure out what is up with them. So for instance, if you guys are in no contact, you're still wondering what are they doing? Are they with somebody new right now or anything like that? If you're still in contact with them, you're trying to read their behavior, little things, trying to make sense of it all. Again, with the Page of Swords in here, trying to seek information and developing some sort of questions within yourself, especially with the moon right here, right? Is more about, oh, wow, like, does this person still cares about me? They did this to me. Does that mean that they were taking advantages of me, or was it truly love? Like, so many questions. I understand you being an air sign, thinking is one of your biggest element, right? Is one of your biggest advantage. But again, I think it doesn't really work for this, because the more that you think, the more that you question, the more that you wonder, the more that you're trying to solve this puzzle, the more that you're going to be stuck in here. This Fool, this breakthrough, this taking a giant leap of faith is less likely going to happen soon if you're still, pondering over this. Let's clarify the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands clarified by the Nine of Wands. Sometimes my cards can be pretty sassy, They feel that at this present moment, you guys are playing a game. They feel that this silence or this withdrawal that you guys have been doing or giving towards them is some sort of game that you're playing to them. And again, there's a bit of a hesitation coming from this person. Like, if I were to be given towards Gemini, it means that I'm going to give in to their games. So where's my face going to be? Where is my value going to be if I play this game with Gemini and I end up succumbing to their games? Let's clarify the Nine of Swords. Ooh. One of the reasons why you might be feeling as if like things are starting to lose from your grip and you're no longer in your element, you don't have the ability to manifest the way that you did in the past, has a lot to do with you trying to work on something that maybe is not supposed to be worked on. Have you ever considered that, Gemini? So you're trying to manifest something from a place of lack. I want to manifest the love for my life because I feel sad, because I don't have it in this present moment. I want to be manifesting money because I don't have money. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense, but that's not how you manifest something, right? There needs to be a bit of an identity shift. I actually like identity shift when it comes to manifesting something. You gotta either prepare or you're gonna have to be in that energy in order for you to attract. So you want to restructure a lot in terms of your life, in terms of this relationship, in terms of this dynamic, in terms of your love life and everything like that. But you've been feeling as if like it hasn't been coming to you, that opportunities hasn't come to you, that person hasn't come to you. It hasn't been fully manifested what you're trying to manifest out of this connection. One, you're trying to manifest it from a place of poverty. I'm not saying that you guys are in poverty. No, you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like you're trying to manifest it from a place of lacking. And two, maybe the thing that you're trying to manifest are the things that the universe and your guide knows, and you yourself subconsciously knows is not supposed to be something that you need to manifest. Okay, let's clarify the future. So I want to clarify this Ace of Pentacles. It's a bit similar with Taurus reading. So maybe some of you are dealing with Taurus here, where this person would like to make amends, okay, by doing something that will make you pity them, okay? So it could be about, hi, Gemini. So it goes from the base of them wanting you and wanting to make amends with you. No, not really wanting to make amends, but just wanting to have your attention, okay? So they're going to be doing something like, hey, Gemini, I'm sick. Hey, Gemini, I just broke up. Hey, Gemini, I just lost my job. Hey, Gemini, what? I don't know. I'm hungry and no one cooks for me. Okay. It's going to be coming from a place like that to where they feel that they could gather your sympathy, where it will make you pity them. Okay. That's the majority of you. For some of you, it could actually be possible of them actually communicating with you like, hey, Gemini, I'm actually hurt. You hurt me. You hurt me. How are you going to be reacting on it? There's going to be a few conversations that you would have in your mind about, okay, oh my God, like, really? Am I a bad person for not really caring to this person as much as I did before? Because I know Gemini, right? Like I have a lot of Geminis in my life. My mom is a Gemini as well. But I feel that, again, in the future, your energy is going to change. You're stronger mentally. You would find closure within yourself from the actions that this person has done to you. So you're no longer going to be having all of these pondering thoughts and etc. But there's still going to be a side of you who's like, oh my God, am I really a bad person? Oh my God, if they communicate to you that you guys hurt them, you're going to start thinking like, oh my God, is it really that I hurt them? Oh my God, is it really because of my fault? Or if they communicate with you, hey Gemini, I fell, or hey Gemini, just got sick, and that's like, oh my God, I feel bad for this person. If I don't help them, am I a bad person? Like, there's gonna be like this type of conversation that you guys are gonna be having with yourself. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune here. And the Ten of Pentacles. So in the future, after they do the thing that, they want you to pity them, and for some reason you would do that, you would pity them and you would question like, oh my God, am I the bad person? Right? Why they're doing it is because they're hopeful that your connection could expand again. The wheel starts turning again, okay? They would like to put in work within this connection because they know that you and your connection is their wish fulfillment. However, okay, I feel that you are going to have a very different idea of relationship that you would like to have in your life, whether it be with this person or not with this person, okay? Because what they're after here, as I mentioned, is that instant gratification, right? Of things going in just like it was before, the sweet moments, the sweet memories that both of you share. They would like to have it again, those togetherness and all that. That is their biggest wish fulfillment. But you want something more. You want something that is much more stable. You would like to restructure. Again, I think that is the theme of your energy this week and next week is all about restructuring everything. So you'd like to restructure the dynamic. You would like to restructure the relationship with yourself. So I feel that you're going to be at an energy where you're just going to wait. You will wait to see if the changes is present or if things are going to go back to the way it was before. I feel that in the future, you're not really necessarily are going to be making a decision yet, but it's more about you observing whether or not things has changed or whether or not it has changed to a directions in which you wanted it to be. Okay. If you're single and ready to mingle, there's a high possibility of you meeting somebody new. I feel that you've known this person already, somebody that you hung out with or you went to high school or college with. This person is going to be chasing after you because you're present here with the feminine energy. I feel that you're just going to be receiving this person, the new person, if you're open to it, is going to feel more of this connection before you do. Because I feel that they've kind of like developed a crush on you or an interest with you for quite some times now. Okay, let's pull some advice card for you here, Gemini. Okay, Gemini, see, I think some of you might be dealing with a Taurus because even the advice is pretty similar, okay? There is something in your soul that has been shut down. It could be a desire to do something that you're passionate about. It could be a new inspiring thing that you yearn to do, whatever that may be. It could be a changes that you would like to be making in your life, whatever that may be, okay? However, you have always, the way that you react to that idea that you yourself want is always like, no, don't have time for it. I'm going to give an example. This could be, hey, Gemini, let's take up dancing because we used to enjoy dancing back in the days. Your response to it in the past was going to be like, nope, cannot do that, too busy, don't have time. I'm getting old, I can't dance no more. Or it could be about, hey, I really need traveling, Gemini. I really need it. And you're like, nope, can't do that, too busy. Whatever that may be, okay? Start listening to what you want. Start listening to what you desire. You've given plenty of time, money, energy, investment to other people who will require that. Why can't you just give it to yourself? Imagine, let's say, for instance, back in the past, right? Imagine this person were to be asking you, hey, Gemini, I want to do that. Wouldn't you help them do it? You would, right? Why can't you do it to yourself? There has been something here that you truly want to do and you're like, nope, can't do it, can't do it, can't do it, can't do it. But if it's other people, like your child or your friends or your sister or your parents or this person were to be asking you like, hey, Gemini, I want to do it, you would be giving it your all. Why can't you be your own Santa Claus? You've always been someone's Santa Claus. Why can't you be your own? You need that, honey. You need that. It's going to make you feel better. It's also going to change the way that you look at yourself. The more love that you're giving towards yourself, the more that you listen to your heart and what you want, the more careful it is for you to give out your energy. I think one of the reasons why you've been giving out your energy, your investment, your love towards other people freely is because you've never really listened to yourself. It's like you were operating in autopilot mode. It's like, oh, you need something, let me help you. Oh, you need something, let me help you. But when your own self shows up and, hey, Gemini, I need this, you never give it to yourself. You've never given yourself that self-love that you need. Therefore, loving myself, loving Gemini is not a love that you know. That is also why you are allowing people to not love you because you haven't given that love towards yourself. Okay. Try to make some changes when it comes to that. However foolish, however silly, however daring that idea might be that you've had in your mind for some times, the thing that you always wanted to do, give it a go. It's going to change you tremendously. Okay? So I think that is it from writing for you here, Gemini. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you guys been looking for. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right, bye-bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.